former Russian oil tycoon Mikhail Khodorkovsky has warned against further sanctions on Moscow for its role in Ukraine's current crisis. In an interview with the BBC, he said Europe risked playing into the hands of nationalists trying to isolate Russia. Instead, he urged EU leaders to help Ukraine become more stable, saying this could encourage change in Russia. Mr. Khodorkovsky was Russia's richest businessman until he fell out with the Kremlin and spent 10 years in prison. He has taken a keen interest in the crisis in Ukraine, since being released and sent into exile abroad at the end of last year. Mr. Khodorkovsky told the BBC that Ukraine had entered a slow-burn civil war, but he said he did not believe Russian President Vladimir Putin was planning to invade eastern Ukraine. Mr. Putin had lost control of events in Russia's neighbor, Mr. Khodorkovsky said, citing the Kremlin's recent inability to stop a referendum by pro-Russian separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk. But he said Europe's reaction to events in Ukraine threatened to exacerbate renewed Russian nationalism, stirred up by the Russian president's annexing of Crimea. Mr. Khodorkovsky argues that EU leaders should avoid further sanctions on Moscow and concentrate their efforts on encouraging political reform in Kiev.